A chance encounter which saved a life. We reunite Bob Duane and the woman who saved him after he suffered a cardiac arrest. When 72-year-old Bob Duane was making his way home from a football match last September, he suffered a cardiac arrest and stopped breathing for 10 minutes.
His life was saved by Sarah, who's a St John ambulance volunteer who just happened to be passing by. 6 months on, the two have been reunited.
Our reporter, Graham Satchell, has been speaking to Sarah, Bob and his family as part of our Rise and Shine series, where we showcase some of the brilliant and uplifting things happening in communities around the UK.
Through the fisheye lens of a doorbell camera, the sight no family ever wants to see.
All of a sudden I heard on my phone my doorbell, so I just had a quick look and thought, two policemen standing on my doorstep.
I'm sorry to say this over your doorbell, but your husband's had a heart attack.
What?
He's in a stable condition at the moment,
Right.
but we want to come and meet you and look at taking you to hospital.
Jackie's husband Bob had been to the football to see his team, Portsmouth.
I've often said, having come out of there from a bad day, watching this team's going to be the death of me, and it turned out that on this occasion it blooming nearly was.
Bob left the ground and made his way to Fratton train station. He was halfway across this footbridge when he had a heart attack.
I'm told that I snuffed it for 10 minutes and they brought me back.
What happened next was almost a miracle. At the exact moment Bob collapsed, a St John ambulance volunteer arrived at the station on a train from Guildford.
As I was getting off the train, a Pompey fan came up to me and said that my casualty was at the top of the stairs because I was still in uniform. I went and did my ABCs and found out that Bob wasn't breathing, so rolled him over, started CPR. I know that post-COVID, a lot of people only do chest compressions, but I'm old-fashioned and I still believe in mouth-to-mouth chest compressions, so I was doing what I'm used to doing and continued CPR until the ambulance crew turn up.
Bob was rushed to hospital. Remarkably, Sarah had re-established a heartbeat and got him breathing again, but his condition was still critical. It was a traumatic time for the whole family.
They had pre-warned us that because he'd been lacking oxygen for quite a while, that we had to prepare ourselves for the fact that then, as he wakes up, there might be a degree of brain damage. It was the most horrific sight I've seen.
It took some weeks and a triple bypass, but Bob made a good recovery. The couple celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary in hospital. And then the family tried to find the person who'd saved Bob's life.
We still haven't managed to track down the amazing woman from the St John's who stepped in and continued efforts to sort of keep him alive.
Bob's daughter Amy on BBC Radio Solent, who'd lined up a special surprise.
It's absolutely amazing to be put in touch with you, and I have to say, I mean, thank you will never be enough, but on behalf of me, my family, my mum and my sisters, and of course my dad, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Now Sarah has come to meet Bob and his family face to face for the first time.
Hello.
Well.
Give me a hug. Yes. I'm so glad that it was a positive outcome and that you're still here, and because normally what happens is we deal with a patient, they go off to hospital and we never find any out what happens next.
Well, she's brilliant, isn't she? I can't thank her enough.
Thank you so much.
She just did it and did a really, really good job. So yeah, absolutely incredible lady.
This seems so insignificant for what you've done for us. But I just wanted to mark today.
Thank you.
Such a big thank you.
Thank you.
I think she's absolutely wonderful. I can't express really just how wonderful she is. And if we can do our bit to promote St John's Ambulance, then you know that's what we want. That's why we're doing this.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Bye.
So Bob and Jackie Duane, very relieved, obviously, speaking to our reporter Graham Satchell.
Here in the studio with us is Jess Payne, who's a first aid trainer with St John Ambulance.
Morning.
To you,
Morning.
Jess. You brought a friend in, people may have seen already in the studio there. You're going to give us a demonstration in just a moment. In a way, first of all, that piece we just saw, reuniting one of your colleagues with someone they helped, these are very special moments. Have you been in those circumstances yourself?
I have been in that situation myself, and it is probably one of the scariest things anyone can ever do. It's a really scary thing to do to someone, but it's so important that that person has managed to jump in and try and take steps to save that person's life. Every second counts, and the speed that they reacted with is just so admirable.
And when you've been in those circumstances, you don't have to give us details, but was that when you were on duty, or was that when you were off duty?
This was in my workplace before I'd had this job. I had another job before. I worked with St John Ambulance, and it was a really scary situation. It wasn't expected. It's one of those skills that you learn and think, you know, you'll never use. But yeah, in those moments, being able to act really, really quickly, it's terrifying, but so important and made such a difference. And it really increases someone's chance of survival to get stuck in really quickly.
And you saved that person's life.
I was involved in it. It wasn't just down to me. There was lots of people, lots of highly skilled people, as well as just the general public involved as well.
Now, look, you talk about the general public. I think most of the general public, you know, who have watched us, other programmes, will know the rough idea of what you should do. I think it's also fair to say most of the general public won't have the confidence to actually do it. And so I always think it's really worth refreshing all of us. All our memories in terms of what to do. So you've brought, has this body got a name?
I call them all Annie. You can call them whatever you want, really, but yeah, I'll be referring to her as Annie throughout this.
OK, you're happy to get down there and give us a demonstration?
Definitely.
So just the scenario you're stepping into here is that what's happened to the person, as far as you're aware?
First thing you'll probably notice is that they've collapsed to the floor. It might be you're with the person, they seem quite unwell, maybe they're having chest pain, but if they drop to the floor, we need to first start assessing them and see if CPR's needed.
OK, so you arrive at the scene. Just take us through what would happen.
I'll try and get a response out of them, try to wake them up a bit, but I'm probably not going to get very much, trying to tell them to open their eyes. I want to see if they're breathing, so I'll just tilt the head back to open that airway. We do encourage a full 10-second breathing check, which is quite a long time, but it gives us the best opportunity to see if they're breathing normally and regularly. If they're not, I want someone on the phone to an ambulance, and I'm going to start compressions. So one hand, the heel of it, is going to sit in the centre of the chest. Other hand is on top, either interlocked fingers or just on top. I've got my shoulders right above my hands and pushing down about twice per second. So we've probably all heard that Staying Alive song. If people have been trained, they might do rescue breaths as well. So the general ratio is 30 compressions to 2 rescue breaths. And it would look something like this. Just to get some oxygen into them. And ideally, we'll have an AED arrive as soon as possible. So they're really, really easy to use. They're applied to bare skin. They'll usually come with scissors so we can cut clothing off. And what we do is it's really easy to turn on. It shows you where to stick.
Call for help.
The stickers.
Don't touch patient. Analyzing heart rhythm.
And then it'll jump ahead, analyse. We need to let it see what the heart's doing.
Shock advised. Don't touch patient. Charging.
The machine has decided to give a shock. It's not my job.
Flashing shock button.
And this will let me administer the shock.
Shock delivered. Begin CPR.
As you can hear now, it's this one particularly is giving me a metronome, so I know the rhythms to do the compressions with.
It's quite fast.
It is quite fast, yeah. It's faster than a lot of people realise, but we're looking to get the heart pumping. The CPR pushes blood and oxygen around the body. This AED, this defibrillator, is the device that's hopefully going to get the heart going in a normal rhythm
And Jess,
again.
I know a lot of people worry that they could harm the person, either by the compressions or by using the machinery, I don't know, making some kind of error.
It's quite normal for ribs or the sternum, that breastbone, to potentially crack, but bones can heal over time. That's quite an easy fix. In terms of giving the shock, as you saw, it analysed the rhythm to see what the heart was doing, and it's the device that decides to give a shock. It's never the rescuer. It might have actually said no shock advised, in which case it will just tell you to continue CPR. Not all cardiac arrest rhythms can be helped with a shock, so there's no way you can accidentally shock someone who doesn't need it.
And just to go back on that pressure, when you're pushing down, your shoulders, you said, are above your hands. So that means that the full force of kind of any upper body you have, upper body weight, is going to be pushed down. So you don't hold back?
No, don't hold back. What we're looking to do is push on the heart to force blood out of it, to pump the heart for it and then let it rise again. So that's what we're trying to achieve. Obviously, it's going to be quite forceful because the rib cage is there to protect the heart, and now we're trying to push through it. But you can't make this person any worse than they already are.
Jess, good to see you here this morning. Thank you, and thank to
Annie
for help as well. To Don Ambulance, do amazing work. Thank you very much.
I'm glad Annie recovers all the time.
She does, yeah. She's got a great
Resilient.
success rate.
Yeah, very hardy, very hardy.